Hey, what's up, everybody? Video 44 coming at you another video. All right, so Stephen A. Smith, Stefon Diggs, and Lonzo Ball both have come out and basically said that Stephen A.'s sources betray him. They said all but, he made this stuff up. Essentially, with Stefon Diggs' situation, he said that he heard that Stefon Diggs of the Buffalo Bills in the NFL wanted out. Stefon got on Twitter and essentially told everybody that that was not the case. Then Lonzo Ball, a situation where Stephen A. got on TV and told all of us that Lonzo could barely sit down, could barely stand up, and then Lonzo proceeded to show us that he's sitting down and standing up on one leg. And so, what comes to mind for me is this: Stephen A. is starting to get to a space where he's starting to develop his own platform. A lot of people are used to him being an employee. You understand what I'm saying? An employee. They ain't used to you doing nothing but having the old mentality that he had back in the day, which is I wake up in the morning and make my bosses rich. That's my intention, is to make me money. He has since learned how to kind of invert that thought and more so wake up in the morning and have his own voice and make his own platform grow. And I don't know if the people around him maybe feel all that great about that. I've been watching Stephen A. Smith for the better portion of my life. He's always been somebody who told all of us that he doesn't find himself on the beat no more, so to speak. He's not beat writing like he used to do with Philly. He's not around those players to that degree, but his credibility he wants to keep in regards to having those relationships and those sources. But I think that he's been funneled some bad stuff. That's what I think. I think a lot of people probably think he's making stuff up, but why would he choose 2023 to do that? That just doesn't make any sense. I think people are feeding him something, but I don't think they're feeding him anything good, and I think they know he's going to go up there and speak specifically about what they're saying, and then you proceed to see the athlete debunk that. It looks like a setup. Like a setup, but I don't know. At the end of the day, I was listening to Podik Flacco's content on the situation, and essentially what he was saying is the same thing I feel at this point. You just got to make sure that when you articulate certain things about people's intentions, you understand that in 2023 they can very easily get on the camera and tell people what their actual intentions are. And with players like Lonzo Ball, who've had social media presence, for as long as he's been in the league and beyond, it's nothing for him to get on TV and tell people the truth what it is he got going on. It's nothing to do that. And so that's the world that Stephen A. needs to adapt to when he articulates whatever truths have been funneled to him. If it didn't come directly from the source, the subject, then you have to wonder if what it is that you're articulating should be worded with so much matter of fact intensity, I guess is what I'll say. So that's what comes to mind. I just wonder if Stephen A's his credibility is being attacked, and then wonder if the people who his sources are, if they should not be questioned now. And what their intentions are in funneling him information that's so specific, that is so quickly debunked. And those same folks who are not funneling him this information are quick to debunk him, and it just seems like that's a thing. That's a thing. It's like, you're not talking to me, but you'll be quick to talk about what it is I've said that wasn't true. I don't know. I just look at the politics and circumstances and just wonder who puts who up to what and why. But nevertheless, Stefon Diggs made it very clear that he definitely wants to be a Bill, and that's within his own circumstance and his right to want to either lie about that or tell the truth based on many different things. And so since he's the face of that team, arguably a quarterback's there too, I don't cover the NFL, but he's one of the faces of the team, of course it's going to be in his benefit to not tell the fans right before the season that he wants the heck out of there. But if he wants the heck out of there, I think there's a question to be asked about whether or not it's Stephen A's business to tell that to us. And of course it is his business by way of the literal sense of business, but is that best? Is it really best to come from him in this manner? For what reason? You know what I mean? What is the cause of that when you do it? It's the question I asked Stephen A. All you're going to do is create chaos for a guy who clearly doesn't want this out there. So what, you're doing it to exalt yourself. So of course you deserve to be called out for it if it ain't true. And so that's the point of view I have as well. All that information really does is create chaos for him in that locker. You know what I mean? So it's like you're not really doing him no favors by telling us this. You're just trying to keep us entertained, and for that, certain things should not be used as entertainment. And so that's what I think about the Stephon Diggs situation. And then the Lonzo Ball situation, I'm just happy to see Lonzo up, honestly. That's where my head goes. Forget all that. I'm just happy my guy's up. I'm a fan of Lonzo Ball. I know he hasn't shown his best yet, and I think his injuries has kept him from doing that, but I'm a believer in his game. And I want to see him back at 100%. Seeing him being able to use his knee use one knee to carry his entire body weight multiple times is very encouraging. So I'm just glad he's able to do that, and I don't think he should rush back. I don't think he should take this as pressure to get back out there. If his knee was comfortable enough to do that, one is going to ask, should you not be looking to move on into the league, come back soon or whatever? I think he should not. I think if the plan is to miss the entire season, and at this point he's able to do that, then if he takes the whole season off and continues on the path he's on, he'll be where he wants to be when he returns, and that's what it's about. So, yeah, man, I'm very happy and excited for Lonzo Ball that he was able to show us all that he is doing a lot better than what it is that's being reported, and I'm glad those reports were false, but that they were false is something. That's a something, and we need to be honest about that. They're messing with these players' value. Whoever they are messing with players' value, and that's what I see there. I saw the same thing at the draft with Cam Whitmore and his inexplicable fall, fortuitous nature, and how he ended up just happening to fall into Houston when they have a bunch of other players who are very, very talented as well on rookie contracts. It just seemed it looked funny to me. And you look at the James Harden situation, they promised him this, and now they're not giving him that. That messes with his value. This is a lot of stuff that I say, you know what? However you want to shake up everything, at the end of the day, it's the price tag that gets messed around when these things happen. And so that's what gets affected. To answer the question that I initially said, what ends up happening when Stephen A. does that, it messes with the price tag. Messes with the price tag on everything. Messes with the price tag on Stephon Diggs. And mind you, I don't follow the NFL, so I'm not really sure how that aligns like I do with the NBA. But you can't be going around telling people a guy can't even get up. He can't even get up. You know what his contract is worth to the Bulls when that information is considered fact versus what his contract is worth when you see him progressing and being able to lift with one knee and another? I'm telling you, that's what Stephen A. is murking when he does speak this way. It's the price tag on him, boys. His voice is credible. He's speaking to a lot of people, and that's really what it comes down to. We walk away assuming what he says is true until somebody comes around and tells us it's not, and that is why what he articulates can't be exaggerated anymore. You can do that when guys didn't have their own voice, but now that they do, you better tell us what is the truth or what it is that could not otherwise be true, or it's going to look bad on you. And it ain't just Stephen A. That's me and everybody else. These guys have their own voice, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm glad they do. You know what I mean? I wish guys had cameras for circumstances where cameras were not around and different things. We could have known the truth about certain circumstances that we just kind of, guys got stuff hanging over their names long after they've passed away for situations where if they just simply had a camera phone at that moment, you could have said, you know what, that didn't go down that way. These type of things, it's just like, it's a new day. Guys have their own voices. Everyone does have a camera in their hands, and at any given moment, I can just say, you know what, I saw something on TV that was not right. Here's my response to it. And a bunch of people are watching. So, of course, athletes have that same point of view, and I think if responsibly used, can be a real asset to it for everybody. So that's what I got to say, man. That is my point of view. I hope Stephen A. is keeping his eyes open for those who are trying to destroy his circumstance from the inside out. That's what I would tell everybody. I look at everything that way anyway, so if you follow me, you know that. But look for the misdirection. Look for the people who want to feed the people something that comes from you that ain't credible so they can ruin you. Bring your price down. That's what that does. So I'm aware, man. People messing with people's value because everybody wants a discount on everything, man. And so that's what it is. I think at the end of the day, when you look at the circumstance here, you just understand that Stephen A. has to continue to get his own voice, get his own thing going, and eventually be solely on his own thing. I heard that the information has been funneled to us. I don't know if it's official, but the word is that Shannon Sharpe is now signed with Barstool, I believe. I don't know if that's the right term. That might not be the right one, so forgive me. But he signed with Colin Coward's platform. So I think that's Barstool. I might be wrong. I'm not sure what the name of that is, but Colin Coward's network is going to be harboring Shay, Club Shay Shay. So if that information is in fact true, that is what I just read. So, it's one of those situations where that's the priority. I think that should be the priority for all talking heads. You get your own platform, even if you have to be under somebody else for a little while, still have so that it falls under your name, so that you can ultimately have more of a say-so of what it is that comes out of your mouth. And that's really what it's all about. And what it is that's being funneled to you can come directly to you, because people know they're doing business with you, not your bosses. And that's a really important thing in the presence of being able to trust someone with information. You know what I mean? And that's really what it's about. You want that relationship with the players if you're going to speak that matter of factly. And it's hard to get that relationship if you're attached to people that don't trust. And that's what it is, man. I'm telling y'all, it's a different day. And, these big networks have to understand that they've allowed their subordinates to do certain things for so long to now people don't really want to deal with you. And you can find players all you want for not talking to the media, but you can't ignore the relationship between the players, and the media hasn't always been that great. And sometimes the media has been used to funnel guys into circumstances, or been used to mess with guys' value, as we've said, or various different things, to where guys don't really trust some of our favorite personalities. The ones that we love to see, they don't want to see. They don't want to talk to them. So that's what these guys got to understand. They've been doing a lot of stuff to keep their ratings up that has messed up that relationship, or at least left that relationship, able to be manipulated. And so that's what it is. You got to repair those relationships. You got to get these new players, these young ones, in a space where they trust you, or just like Podik Fako said, keep on talking about LeBron James and where he stands historically with his career every day. It's going to be the topic, because you ain't going to be able to break no news. You ain't going to be able to get nobody to have no exclusive with you, because they don't trust your bosses, and they ultimately ain't going to trust you because of it. I tell you the truth. It's just a new age athlete. It is what it is, man. Y'all been doing too much for too long. So, now my understanding is it was a particular football player. I don't remember who it is. Might have been Mixon. But he even told everybody he's not talking to the media. Before the season even starts, he's saying, I'm not talking to y'all. And he let everybody know. And they released a statement saying don't expect him to, because he ain't. So it's like, yo, that's the beginning of something. That is the beginning of something. This is the beginning of something. I don't think it's a non-story. I think the media, as we know it, is going to have to adjust massively. And I think a lot of our personalities, our favorite personalities, they ain't going to want to talk to some of the guys that we've been watching all of our lives. They're going to want to talk to Cameron and Mace. They're going to want to talk to each other. Paul George. You know what I'm saying? They're going to want to talk to all the smoke. They're going to want to talk to everybody that they believe they can trust. And so when you break stuff that people don't particularly want out, next time, they ain't going to want to trust you with nothing. So let this be a lesson, man. I don't think you should, for the sake of getting ratings, exaggerating people's truths, that don't help in the long run. It doesn't help. So every time I speak, I always tell you, I don't know a single basketball player in the league. I don't know nobody. I don't have any relationships with any coaches or even the water boy. I don't know nobody. So for me, I'm always speculating. I think I should tell you guys more than I'm speculating. But that is literally it. But for guys who say, I know people, he's my homie. Yeah. You perceive those relationships a certain way. Maybe you can keep those relationships up, but the overall media, when you've had so many instances where people have thought they were friends with somebody and they really threw them under the bus with information just to keep the ratings up, it just gets to a point where that relationship between media and athlete, it's deteriorating. I can't trust you because I remember what you did in so-and-so situation to that dude. It's too much of that. The Westbrook thing, I think, and I'm going to tell the truth, I think that might have did a lot of damage to the overall environment too. When they were playing his blooper reel on Skip and Shay's platform, when they were doing that every day, I just think that was a thing that just allowed for the culture itself to just be further apart between media and member and players. Because it's like, man, I was a star, but I'm going through something, and now I'm the butt of everybody's jokes. It's like I'm not going to just look at Skip. I'm going to look at the whole damn media, because y'all all after the same thing, and that's to keep your ratings high no matter what. And so it's like, if you're willing to bully this man every day when he's going through something mentally that we can clearly see, and you gonna make it a point, to do it every day. It just becomes a situation where like I could be an athlete in a different sport. I'm watching that and I'm just like, nah, fam, I'm not gonna talk to you. So I think that's kind of what's going on. I don't think people really understand how much damage they do when they selfishly go after what it is that gathers them ratings. You ain't just hurting your reputation, you're hurting the whole damn field, fam. But that's what I see there, man. That's what I see there. Hopefully, we can repair that somehow. You know what I mean? Hopefully we can just start the process of treating each other better, I guess, in general. I don't know. But may this be a lesson learned for all of us. You can't trust all your sources, because sometimes people feed you stuff because it's in their best interest to feed it to you, rather than whether it's true or not. And Stephen A. Smith might be running a little bit of that. So that's pretty much what I gotta say, man. My name is BDF44. I thank you all for watching. Out.